I would say let's get this started, especially since this is the last day to buy into the seed sale round, right? So let's get it started. Let's get the people excited, and let's hope that exactly. Also remembered now. After this Q&A, the guys over at Lemono at their Discord are going to host a party, a seed sale closing party, where you can also win another $100 giveaway by answering 10 questions. Then the first person to get them right is going to get $10. So after this event, hop into their Discord and make even more money. And hopefully you learn something. Hopefully you take something with you, and maybe also use the $10 to maybe buy some Lemono tokens. But anyway, it's not financial advice. Let's go. Thank you all for coming. Welcome to the Pillars. We are a community-led space aimed at supporting protocols and educating our investors through intelligent, meaningful conversation. Here we ask the tough questions you all want answered. Now, let me introduce to you, or I would say reintroduce to you, because we already had them on 2 weeks ago, Lemono. We have Christian and Mike on one account. Thank you guys for coming. Also, thanks to the audience for coming. I also want to say we have a very juicy, zesty $100 giveaway that is going to take place at the end of the Q&A, so be there. Also, might also throw out a $10 or $20 giveaway to a couple of questions people ask in the Stage Questions channel. Because as I said, I need your support today. I'm going to ping the channel, so ask away, everyone. And yeah, as I said, guys, the last time you were on was like 2 weeks ago, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, 2 weeks in the DeFi space is a fairly long time, right? So tell
Around
us
7 years.
around 7 years. Yeah, you both already sound way older than last time. But yeah, tell us what has changed during that time. Like, did something with Lemono specifically change, or is it the same as it was the last time we spoke with you?
Yeah. So we spoke. Was it right when we launched the sale?
It might have
was
been
on the yeah, I think something like that, on the 13th or the 14th, something.
Yeah.
Like that, yeah.
So when a week had gone and we were looking into our plans, we revealed the actual tokenomics and benefits for the seed sale participants. That is a juicy discount, that is a legacy NFTs, and a airdrop or a drop going into the seed sale participants. That's also rather juicy, if you ask me, where you will get 2% a day for 150 days on your initial token amount that you participate with. So if you go ahead and buy, let's say, 50,000 tokens, you will get 2% of that amount for 150 days. So that's if that ain't juicy, I don't know what is. But that's what's new in our end. We'll have the pre-sale is concluded after today. We have a 100k mark hard cap for the seed sale, and we are just around 60k now.
Oh, that's great.
Almost, yeah. So that's that puts us in business, and we officially started the commercial development of the browser extension last Monday. So that's something that we are super excited about, that the project is actually going to be a thing. Lemono is born with the first line of commercial code been made on Monday. So
it was nice to take the second step instead of just talking about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's always a good thing to finally get things started, like moving on from a talking and explaining thing and actually starting to show the investors and the people something. I believe that is very exciting. And so, I mean, you just said it started on Monday. when can we see something? When do we expect to see something on the browser extension side?
Yeah, so the beautiful thing about this is that it's actually my own agency that's building the extension, so I can both whip them and have them beg for mercy if they don't hit the deadlines. I just had a confirmation with the graphics designer that she's a really talented graphics designer that's going to outline the whole visual part going into the next couple of weeks. So hopefully we have some alpha to share in the next couple of weeks on the we can show the code, but that's like nonsense, and that's something that gets you excited. But if you have the visuals on top of it, that's something you can understand. So the visuals will be shared as soon as we got some alpha to just show, and then we will have the alpha version as promised in August, ready for the discount code part.
Okay, yeah, I mean, obviously it's probably not so flashy, a flashy thing to show the code, as you said, but it's exciting also that you have basically the control over it, or at least the oversight of it, and basically have like a direct line of communication with the people, right? Where you can say, okay, this is how far we are at the moment. Maybe there are some delays, but there's like a very coherent conversation happening, because you are basically not only the middleman, but you're also like right in there, right?
Exactly. And
yeah.
Just to add, another beautiful part is that I was able to tap into our capacity with our CTO that's in charge of the development department, and also like if you came in as a stranger walking through the doors, you wouldn't be able to get the same rates that we're getting now, and that's due to a lower seasonality activity. So it's quite beneficial to have it in that way.
Yeah.
Already, so that's basically a portion that the funds would have been dedicated to is now also a bit cheaper, I would say. But yeah,
Exactly.
one thing what I wanted to. Yeah, but one thing now that we have a couple of people in, like 50 people, what I wanted to say before we start this Q&A, like officially, I would say, is that, of course, this is not going to be any financial advice now, but we had in this space at the moment, we hear a lot of people complaining, oh, there are no protocols out there that are interesting. We don't have anything where they have any external revenue sources. The devs are not KYC'd. All these little aspects of the space that everyone is now a bit annoyed by, and all of that. I don't want to, as I said, this is not financial advice, but this is now an opportunity for the community, for you in the audience, to ask the channel, to ask the founders of a protocol that basically have all these things that people have been moaning and whining about the last months, I would say. It's an opportunity for you to ask everything that you want. And also today, it's the last opportunity for you to get into the seed sale, which gives you, this is the last chance for you to buy the Lemono token for 0.00006 USDC, right?
Yeah, a bit too much zeros, but
0.006, yeah, sorry. And also to get the 2% daily after the launch for the first 150 days. I just wanted to throw it out there. So if you guys have any last questions, if you are considering maybe to invest into Lemono, this is your opportunity now to speak to the guys, of course, afterwards in their Discord as well. But maybe think that through. I just wanted to throw it out there. But yeah, but I had a little question for you guys, especially now to get the people excited. Let me quiz you on some numbers of the space, so not only the space, on basically the whole market that you want to tap into. Just tell me, how do you have any numbers on how big is the online shopping market worldwide?
not necessarily the online shopping market. that's correct. That would be a number that you wouldn't even comprehend if I had it for you. But it's in if it's not almost in the trillions, it should be quite around the corner. The affiliate market that we're tapping into is alone in the U.S. $13 billion market, year-on-year growth of about. It was about a little over 10% a year, so that's also an interesting growth market for us to look into. So there's typically in you see in Shark Tank, it's a $1 billion market that we are addressing.
We're getting a 10% share of it, and then no, but I still wanted to point it out because that's actually a quite significant number to throw out there, right? Especially if you with something that is more proprietary than the usual cashbacks and loyalty program systems that are out there. So basically tapping into a market which is worth billions of dollars, is growing, and are fighting or competing for your share in there, right?
Yeah, exactly. And the most difficult thing about this is just to put on a nice blazer or a shirt, not necessarily a suit, and just knock on some doors, basically. And the beautiful part is that we have the $13 billion market was just alone in the U.S. We have the whole worldwide market that would be something between 50 to 80 billion dollars, and also in the Chinese market, I don't even know how big that market is, because that's not as consolidated. But we are in a the thing is, if we can just get 1% of the market share, if we can just get 0.006% market share, we would absolutely kill this business.
Yeah, I mean, I believe that will do, right? But coming back to the CTEL, because basically that's now what everything is about. You guys have, as you already mentioned, just shy, I believe, of 60 grand of your 100K market cap, right?
Hard cap, yeah.
Hard cap, sorry, the market cap. Sorry. How pleased are you with that amount that you have raised? Like, did you expect something more, or are you happy with what you have at the moment, or are you also personally thinking, is there something that you could have done better?
We are quite confident that with these numbers we can have a proof of concept going. Like I just spoke to Christian about some potential websites that when we have in our white paper, we have those commercial sites mentioned that already brings in revenue that we want to acquire. We can do that in a small scale just to prove that we're able to actually go on and acquire those sites and have revenue built up. So we are getting, as the sale concludes and we are done with the whole AMA circus. It's a pleasure being on here, just to say. But we'll get to work and just have the whole Lemono experience and service built in a proof of concept stage, where we can go into a pre-sale with a much more hard-hitting concept that's already proven in the small numbers. We have the background to prove that we're capable to do the scalable numbers, and we have an offering that's we got an offer you can't refuse. It's not as juicy as in the seed sale, so but it will be something that will get people's attention.
Yeah, and we also, we don't dwell on what could have happened or we wish we would have. We are both very much aligned with what do we have now, what can we make happen. Just to make it real corny and put in a football reference, you can watch all the film and we think we are very prepared for both in experience and in our research and preparation for all of this. But in the end, it's about what personnel and coverage you see on the field when you're there. Yeah. So it's we're both very much let's take it as it comes, and see what we got.
Yeah, we are doing whatever it takes to make it happen. We have been in this situation before where it hasn't take off right away, and that's because I think we're coming into the space with something that's so unique that we also have to educate people on what we are actually going to do, because it isn't just some typical staking pool where you can see the same money go around. Okay, if I refer this to that, I'll get this. So it's an actual business, and I understand that can be quite comprehensive to kind of like get the full narrative of, and that we have time until August to, as mentioned, have a proof of concept, but also to educate the community a bit more on what we want to do, because we also know that we shouldn't take people's attention for granted. So we need to educate them little by little over time.
But that sounds very interesting. I mean, especially to hear that. I mean, of course, everything is numbers driven, and but that you can know what to do, and I believe it's also very exciting and for the investors to hear that it doesn't matter what you are working with, you are definitely going out there and doing something. And you already tapped into my next question, basically, but just for the people that maybe are not quite sure exactly what the next step is after the seed sale, what exactly happens to the funds that have been raised right now or so far?
So the majority is going to the actual browser extension that's going to be built. That's one thing. Another thing is that we want to, as mentioned, acquire some small website, commercial site that can that allows us to show the model of the acquisition of the website. So we can say we're going to put this amount into the acquisition. You can see that we get a revenue of this per month in affiliate commission, and that would be going in. That will go into the protocol and through buybacks a later point, and that will be something it's much easier to understand when we can showcase something that we own ourselves and show everything behind the scenes and just to give a full transparent picture of what is happening on the on the affiliate side and how is this making money. So that's something we're quite keen on. If we had if we hit the 100K hard cap and some whales enters the chat, we will be able to have a much better what's it called, udgangspunkt. Sorry for the Danish.
Much better starting point.
Yeah, starting point. If the more we have available to purchase a site, the more offers that's out there, and we can negotiate with various sites that's up for sale instead of just what we can get. But as it is now, it would be a what can we get, and we will negotiate on a professional matter as we have done numerous times before, and see if we can acquire that site. We also want to bring on board some part-time team members that we think would be beneficial. We think transparency and frequently updated channels is keen, both prior to the launch, but especially after the launch. And we need to onboard a communications person that can really tap into the community and the platforms and make a presence before we're going into the launch phase. So that's like three things we are looking into right now.
To be honest, I'm also going to be excited for that aspect. I'm definitely going to be around after the launch, and especially I'm going to be very curious to see, as you just mentioned, how that exactly works with the websites. Well, because quite honest, it was a bit difficult for me to wrap my head around it for the first time reading a white paper. But I think I got the gist of it, of course, and I think and I would say I know how we can generate revenue, but I believe if you have something visual to show the investors, that is definitely going to be something very, very exciting. You recently had a very big announcement. I believe you announced it around 2 weeks ago. No, not 2 weeks ago. Last week, right? That you have some in conversation with some possible big partners, right?
Both on the Web 2 side and the Web 3.
Are there any specific names that you can throw our way?
Yeah, so one thing we were curious about is how can we get a hard hitter brand to enter the ecosystem quite early, because we know how the space works and it's a numbers game. We can get many partners off the bat, but we want to attract some of the big ones. Amazon is our that's our end goal. That's what we are going to, because either I don't think even Honey has them. You need to have something rare and special to go into that relationship. But AliExpress, the major Chinese e-commerce platform, is both fond of both cashback and affiliates. So that's that's two checks in our book, and we're currently in talks with them about they want to see how we are going to actually build the extension. So they are going to be involved in the beta phase as well, alpha phase. But we're quite excited to potentially onboard them. There is a positive feeling about that, and also we have to just prove that this is also something that can go in our native field of Web 3.0. We've spoken to Danny and Rachel at Foxify, and we are not only are we already partnered on the affiliate side with them, we are also in discussions of having our cashback reward system implemented on their platform. So when you're doing the trading, you'll also get reward from your activities paid out in the Lemono token. That's something we're quite excited about, and that's rather new, just a couple of days old news.
Wow. I mean, let me just because you just said it very nonchalant. I just want to again. You basically you basically said, yeah, we are working. Basically, AliExpress has the eyes on you at the moment, looking what you're doing, and there's a possibility for you to onboard them. Like, I just wanted to underline that again, because you spoke it like in such a passing way that it's nothing big, but I just wanted to emphasize that again, which is actually very huge. Also, the partnership with Foxify, and also that you are not only that's a thing that I try to kind of put in words for a question to you. At what can you implement Lemono into Web3? And you basically answered it to me. Are there also some kind of other different maybe sectors that you want to tap into? For example, the token dev asked, are we able to target food retailers in targeted countries, huge user base and growing online food shopping in the UK? How I want to personally rephrase it, because I have a similar question, is are you also maybe thinking into reaching out to food delivery services?
Yeah, so and I know that the HelloFresh is quite big. I don't know where you're based, David, but the HelloFresh is okay. I don't know if you have HelloFresh there.
Yeah, we also have it.
Yeah. So they are actually using affiliate marketing quite aggressively. So just out of the blue, I would think that there is a chance to have something like that onboarded in the system as well. Because if you're looking into various meal services and you see on my HelloFresh offering, I get both a top-notch deal where I get maybe the free first packages for 50%, and I'll also get a cashback reward on the purchase. That's something that gets you that will sit on you when you're looking through the various offerings you have. So I think that's quite possible, and also just we're targeting the online retailers at first,
Mhm.
and that would include something like we have a major delivery service in Denmark that's a grocery online called Nemlig.com. That's I know that they're using quite similar systems in terms of the affiliate, so I think that it should be quite easy for us to tap into those merchants as well. But I think the biggest advantage will come when we have the like down the road in a year or something like that when we're starting to implement the card link technology for the offline purchases. That's something where it gets really exciting, where you can also get from your typically normal everyday card use, and we get to partner with some major partners that's already having all those merchants aligned quite kind of like the affiliate networks.
But so basically, every shop or retailer or product that is providing or having a affiliate program, you could basically partner up with them, right? In a way.
Yeah, because typically it's something that's already being handled by an affiliate network, and like we've stated before, we are the compliance team accepted our application like when we started. I think it was 4 weeks ago.
Mhm.
Yeah, and that allows us to just go through the hundreds upon hundreds of online stores they have available, and just with one click and a little description field, just mentioning what we want to do, we can apply to their services.
And it's important for us to, we can't be everywhere all the time. We know we also know our limits with the amount of hands we got. So it's
Of course,
important for us to pick the lowest hanging fruits in two ways. So we also need to look further than just we need partners, because we don't need everything, every small partnership. But what is plug and play? That's the numbers for us. And also, we really emphasize our focus on, what do people actually use? We can't devote our whole time to only the headphone space or something very specific,
Yeah.
So that's our two main focuses, and it's always a balance of how do you actually allocate our time. But that's also, I'm personally very excited for growing the team. The more hands, the quicker it's all gonna be here.
Um, okay, no, sorry. I was just looking for a question because I to think about how to word it. But I had a question before that, as in from an investor perspective. Like, let's just put it. I mean, of course, in the forefront of it is the online shopping, get rich while shopping. But from an investor perspective, what is it that you can, if you're not someone that is maybe into online shopping or is basically just using online shopping once every other week or something, what is it for an investor that makes the token, the Lemono token, exciting?
So we're going to build actual on top of having just the actual use case of the NFT and the whole ecosystem. We're looking into the partner with the gift card providers that lets us resell gift cards for the Lemono token. So instead of having the Lemono token going into a sale on the market, you will be able to trade them at a discount, like get a 5% discount on a $100 gift card for Amazon or something like that if you purchase with the Lemono token. So that's something that we're looking into to implement. That's something that the community actually we had a discussion with some of our holders to implement, and we're quite excited to just have that jam, and that shows how excited and entrepreneurial minded we are. That's something we put into our roadmap, and we are going to implement. As Christian mentioned, we can't do everything at once, so we're going to do everything right once, and move on to the next element. the thing is, David, I can't. I have a question here from Agatha. Is it possible that we can address it? Because I think that's something that I would.
Sure. Where's the question so that I can? Oh, it's there. Okay. Let me just read it out. Are you familiar with Social Good Project Token app? It is very similar to your concept, but it did not succeed. Social Good token performance can be viewed on CoinMarketCap. It did well for a short time, but eventually token value decreased and popularity of the project also decreased. What we will do differently to prevent similar fate of Lemono token app value decline?
So if I can just go ahead and
Sure.
answer it, because one major thing that sets us apart from the other protocols, and we have seen some similar projects popping up, and also as mentioned, going down, and all the respect to Social Good. I don't know the actual project. I just went through their socials and their website to just get the feel of it. That what sets Lemono apart from the competitors is that we're going to actually use the revenue to make the buybacks before anything else. So if you purchase a pair of Nikes at a store and you get $10 in the Lemono reward token, you're not just getting them out of thin air. We're actually using the affiliate commissions to buy from the protocol and have a forced appreciation model built on top of the whole ecosystem. So when we have activity in the system, we'll also have buy pressure, and therefore we should see and rising, and that's not something that we can predict, but that's definitely something that we've had a lot of calculations and scenarios based upon, and that's also why when we go ahead and acquire those websites, let's say we are able to. Sorry, I just read the name's comment, and when we are going to. Our main goal is to acquire high volume traffic sites that generates tens of thousands of US dollars in revenue each month already. That's our main goal for like when we do the next sale. So be able to have the funds available to purchase those sites will also have the ability for us to not only have like the site Retail Me or Not have some smaller competitor, but still big in terms of revenue. Have the sites available for the user acquisition. That's what we are interested in. All the affiliate commissions, all the tens of thousands of dollars will go into the protocol through buybacks. And that is why we think we are set apart from the majority, is that we are thinking in terms of how will actual revenue benefit the protocol instead of having crazy tokenomic staking experiments going. I love the space, but sometimes I don't think it's quite in a long-term perspective calculated. So that's something that I think sets us apart, and something I need to address immediately in this call. that if we can generate external revenue, and just to say, I already own 6 businesses that does almost 10 million US dollars a year in gross revenue. So that's something we're able to do. We won't succeed if we have no revenue, but if we have revenue, we will succeed. It's basically that simple. That's the only thing that's the key for success. It's the revenue and nothing else.
I hope I got your question got answered. You can always ask if something further if you have any more. But that actually quite well ties into my next question. One question just when I wanted to point out, like the first time when I read Lemono, I was thinking, so basically what happens is people go out shopping, they get rewarded Lemono tokens. Doesn't that create a lot of sell pressure? But especially for the first year, I mean, if then you of course have to read more, and you read about revenue and the websites that are coming in. But what I wanted to point out is that for the first year, you have a very specific countermeasure set in place for the price stability, right? Which
Yeah, we
is
are. All revenue is going into buybacks the first year, just to have. We aren't blind for that. The offering we're doing in the seed sale and pre-sale will create some environment where we have someone that just emergencies that needed to be handled and tokens that needed to be sold and stuff like that. We aren't blind from the everyday scenarios that happens, and also what we've seen in the space. So that's why we are interested in having a company in 2 and 3 years, and that will mean if we need to sacrifice our revenue share for the first year, we are doing that for ensuring the protocol health. So all revenues generated within the first year are going into the protocol through buybacks or liquidity adds.
That is very exciting stuff. And as you just mentioned, those buybacks are also going to be that are going to be used for the reward distribution, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So basically, there's just to close the circle on what I started in the beginning is there's not only sell pressure, there's also some buy pressure in the background through the buybacks, which is through the websites which are generating the revenue. Just to close the loop and maybe answer some questions that I just put out there just by starting to ask my question. I hope they got answered. On that aspect, I just want to, for the last couple of minutes, ask some questions from the community that they have asked. I see, for example, Cyril Kier. He said he has a desire for lemonade now. He asked 2% a day for 150 days. Where is that coming from?
That's from the original mint. There won't be any when the token is minted. It will also include those tokens. If you sell your initial bag, you won't get any distribution from the airdrops, and those the excess amount will then be burned and gone from the face of the earth.
And then already tying to that, from the token dev again, he asked, will the 2% be compounded each day to your balance, or is it only of the initial balance?
It's from the initial balance.
Perfect. I mean, that's 2% a day compounded over 150 days would be quite a lot, right? Like, I don't know.
That would also be nice. That
would be great. I wouldn't complain, but I mean, on the launch day, it would be quite harsh, right? But yeah, so just to clarify, because I believe in the announcement recently, you said the 2% is for the seed sale and the pre-sale, but it is only for the seed sale buyers, right?
Yeah. We are going to have an offering that we'll also discuss with our seed sale participants. But right now, it's for the seed sale participants. This offering.
Okay. On that note, how can people participate and contribute to the seed sale? Are there specific instructions? And also, what can people get for hitting certain kind of milestones in the how much they invest?
And that's the part where Christian is good.
Perfect.
Yeah, excuse me. So very simple. So what you actually get in this seed sale, which is very limited edition and exclusive and once in a lifetime and all those fancy words, is that for every $500 you participate with, you get what we call a sapling legacy NFT. They're never going to be available again, and they're going to be tradable on the secondary market afterwards. And for every $2,500 you participate with, you get a tree NFT. So what are those? The sapling gives you a lifetime for the holder, gives you a lifetime of 75% share of the affiliate commission for life, like I said. And the tree NFT, the big one, is 100% of the affiliate commission for life. So if you shop a lot, that's a lot of money in the long run.
That's double up from the normal NFT that you can mint that isn't tradable in the market as well. So join the Discord. That we got some information over there, and it's also on the Lemono.com website. But join the Discord. I think, David, you would also like to mention that after your giveaway, we are holding a giveaway as well, right?
Exactly. As I mentioned in the beginning, of 4 times the amount of people in here. Guys, after this Q&A and after the giveaway in here ended, there's going to be another the pre-sale seed sale party happening in the Lemono Discord. Make sure to join that after the Q&A, and you can also earn another $100 by answering questions, right? 10 questions, and the first person to answer it right is going to get a $10. Can you already give me one question, maybe, so I can have so that I can have a one up on the others? Or like,
No, you must join on the same level as everyone else.
Okay. All right. So, guys, Mad Hatter now also made it perfectly on time, I see. He has also a question. He said, if you're speaking to big names and someone like Foxify wants to partner with you, that shouldn't be thrown away as a side note. It's a huge step forward even before you launch. What are they hearing that impresses them so much? There must be something hidden behind the scenes that you can get across in a Q&A that really grabs their attention. What is that?
Yeah, and that's it's not being ignorant or arrogant at the most. That's definitely not the issue. Like you stated in the early parts of this AMA, that was something that we just threw out there. But the thing is that we don't want to, it is special, but it is also what we anticipate going into this business, because we see it as business on a professional matter, and we are used to talking with Fortune 500 companies in our agency and our other companies, and we know the whole workaround being an entrepreneur for almost a decade now. I know how to proceed and engage business. So that's something, if you follow the Lemono project, that's something I want you to see on an everyday basis, because that should be everyday basis for the Lemono project.
Awesome. I mean, yeah, as I said in the beginning, like it's sometimes I believe also that is people are what is sometimes lacking a bit in this space is just people being a bit too timid with their opinion and what they have got going, and especially looking at how good things you've got going at the moment, I think you have definitely the right to put that out there. And as you can see, it also bears the fruits, the lemons, I suppose. And another question from Mad Hatter. Now that I got you really like now that the first question from Mad Hatter is coming in, you started to stumble. But yeah, so the second one, as you near the end of your seed sale, what hasn't worked? I kind of already asked that, but it's a numbers game, yes. But what approach are you prepared to throw in the bin, and what will you replace with it? I suppose for the next round, for the pre-sale.
So we definitely. I've been in the space of DeFi for almost 3 years, I think, and I have the utmost respect for the whole community and space. But being on the business side, we Christian had a nice wording on it. He can back me up in a bit, but we also need to know how the workarounds is and how the space operates, and be a tad bit more humble in terms of how are we doing things normally here, and not just us. We come from we have been a part of 7 or 8 IPOs on the Nasdaq Small Cap Exchange, and that's quite similar to what we're doing here, and that's why we're always doing camera interviews and stuff like that. We're just taking the same approach, but in hindsight, I can see that we also need to, both on our offering but also in our maybe a bit in our communication, and as well as Matt had says, this is huge in this space. We need to have respect for that because it's a community-based project basically, and we know we need to do the right steps in terms of the space we're operating within. Now we have a Web 2.0 storefront for the commercial part of the site, but the OGs, the original foundations, will be the crypto space. So that's something that we're going to. What were the wording you had?
I said so. It's very important that we don't go in too arrogant and that we don't dictate everything. Just to keep it simple, it was a little bit of a longer rant, but it's just important. I think I'm not gonna say we learned it the hard way because it's not like we faced a wall or anything, but it's just we talked about and we have been talking about just bringing the current community more in. So that's why we made the Lemon Buyer Club in our Discord for everybody who participated with 50 USD or more, where we actually do have these polls going, so we can actually get the opinion of the people that matter to us and the project.
And that's great. That's great. Now, as you already tapped into Matt Hedder's question for a second, I also want to wind it down. The giveaway's already started. Now, just like, is there give us your personal sound bites on why this is something investors should not be missed, and why they should use the last few hours of your seed round to take a look at your Discord and consider even a small amount of dollars. Like, how many hours is there still left for this seed sale?
So when we said Monday the 3rd, we made in all time zones. So when we've been around the world, and it's Monday. Sorry, it's Tuesday.
Okay. So there are a couple more hours left.
Tuesday the 4th. It will be concluded.
Cheeky, very cheeky. No, but So as I said, give us your personal here. Elevator pitch while we have you here, and then everyone, please get over to that Discord, enjoy the party, and if you like what you heard, you can consider throwing a small amount of dollars in there, and please.
Yeah. So this is the once in a lifetime opportunity to be a part of a future Fortune 500 company that's going to be acquired for billions of dollars. That's not financial advice. That's just something that we like to envision. If we doesn't have a big goal in mind, we are not reaching for the stars. So in the seed sale, you'll be able to be one of the first participants to sit on the train before we leave the station. You'll get a 40% discount on the token from the launch price, and you'll also get an airdrop of 2% of your initial bag amount every day for the first 150 days in Lemono tokens, just to incentivize the offering a bit more. Now, as Christian mentioned, you'll also have the ability to participate with either $500 or $2,500 and get the legacy NFT editions. That's limited editions. They won't be available for another time. And they will get you up to 100% of the affiliate commissions, meaning that if you go shopping and you have a normie service user, you'll get twice as much as the normal user gets in the affiliate commission share. So that's what you get from entering right now. And if you're entering a bit later, you will get a bit less.
Yes.
And that's just keep going on. And we are aiming, like, we come from the normal business world, so we have allocated everything we can into making the actual service, keeping its timeline. The roadmap is a bit changed and is currently being revised, but the service is in production. Commercial development has started, and we are able to hold the timeline for the alpha version of the service, and we will launch that later on around the same time as the pre-sale with a lower offering that you're getting right now.
Perfect. Thank you guys very much. I mean, Christian, is there anything else that you want to add to that? Is there something that we haven't covered that you wanted to talk about?
Yes, we have talked about it, but I really want you to join the Discord. Obviously, but also want to add, obviously we think participating with the 500 or the 2,500 for the NFTs makes more sense, but the minimum contribution is 1 USDC. So it's it's for everybody.
Alrighty, guys. So it was nice having you here again. Maybe we can talk again in the future, and you can explain a bit how the website stuff works to me. Exactly.
Can we just
yeah,
Sorry,
sure.
David. Can we just add? We have placed the. I think was it you or Matt Hatter that placed the discount? Sorry, the Discord link in the stage questions. Go jump into that link, and we'll have after you concluded your giveaway. We also have a giveaway of $100, where it's split in 10 questions. The first that gets the right answer gets $10. So easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
Yeah, I mean, you can already jump in there after we are done because the winners are getting pinged anyways. But yeah, again, thank you very much for joining us. I hope you, even though it was just with me, you still enjoyed it. I also hope the audience enjoyed it. And yeah, speak to you soon again. And Godspeed for the rest of the seed sale. And yeah, take care.
Yeah, thank you so much, and thanks for hosting us.
Yeah,
and thanks to everybody who listened.
Yeah.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.